Hello, this is Broly SS Guide, and I'm back with another video. And yes, this video is a topic about Hiroki Kentucky, also about Helldivers, and also that I had made a video 8 months ago about Hiroki Kentucky, and I was saying in that video that I feel as though he's the next Satya Nadella, and I feel as though Herman Host is pretty much kind of like Bill Spencer. He's got to do what he's told, right? He's got to follow his orders. So listen. Um, Everybody's talking about hell that was you going up, Xbox, right? And some people are saying it's a first party game, which is not. If you look it up, it says right here, no, Helldivers 2 is not a first party game. While it is published by PlayStation Publishing, it is developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, and an independent studio Sony considers second party. Games as first party and then internally, which is weird. I don't know why would you consider a second party game a first party game, but it's not. So here's a breakdown. Development. Arrowhead Game Studios is an independent developer, not a first party studio owned by Sony. Third, okay, second, or whatever. Publishing. Sony Interactive Entertainment is the publisher, meaning they handle the distribution and marketing of the game, and that's it. They don't own the game. They don't own it. You see what I'm saying? They only handle distribution and marketing. That's all there is to it. All right. Sony's internal classifications. Sony considers second party games as first party internally, according to some sources, whatever. That's weird though. All right, but look, now if you guys didn't forget, right? I know I didn't. There's a game that dropped, a while back. You feel me? Hold on for a second. Give me a second. Check this out. All right. Now I just sit here and ask: is Predator Hunting Grounds a first-party game from Sony? Because Sony had a game published. Check this out. Predator Hunting Grounds is a game initially developed by Ilphonic, published by Sony Interactive. You know? Okay, it said it was published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for PlayStation 4 and PC. While Sony published the initial release, the game is not considered a first party title because it was developed by an external studio, not one of Sony's internal first party development teams. Here's a more detailed breakdown initial release. Predator Undergrounds was released in 2020 PS4 and PC with Sony Interactive Entertainment as a publisher. Astronomical located. Okay, all right. Now, first party title. Okay, despite Sony publishing the game, was developed by Ilphonic, an external studio, making it a third-party title, not a first-party exclusive. So basically, Helldivers 2 was never supposed to be a first. Well, it never was a first-party title. It's a third-party game. Helldivers 2 is pretty much a third-party game now, basically. Especially since it's already on, what I'm saying, Xbox right now. So basically, and on top of that, Arrowhead, guys, hold on. Arrowhead sit there and said themselves, they look, they don't want to keep it just on PlayStation. They wanted it to be on all platforms. They wanted it to be on Xbox. They specifically said they wanted to be on Xbox. So yeah, and Predator Hunting Grounds, the developer also published the rest of the funding to put the games on multi-platform. Keep that in mind. They have the power to sit there and say, "Well, look, okay, we have the power to go ahead and put these games on other places." Because Helldivers 2, since Helldivers developed Arrowhead, somebody yeah, they gonna start funding their own game for the next Helldivers 3, and they're gonna put that everywhere. They said that. They threatened Sony. They threatened Sony with that right there. They said, "Look, yeah, if you don't want to put this on Xbox, then we're not going to be putting this on the next PlayStation." They didn't say it that way, but it kind of felt like, hey, if you don't want to put this on, on Xbox, then we're just gonna go ahead on the next game. We'll fund it ourselves. We'll put it on Xbox by ourselves. We don't need your help. That's what it. I'm gonna type it up. Hold on for a second. Nah, I want to get to the joint where they sit there and set themselves like, "Hey, look, we wanted this on other consoles." This is talking about how it's going to be on consoles because they already made the announcement. But I want to find a video when there's somebody, yeah, we want to go ahead and put this on Xbox. 'Cause I did see something about that, but this is not it though. This is just confirming that it's going over there. But you guys can probably find out for you guys for yourselves though. But they did say something about it though. So yeah, they got some kind of pull, man. Don't let it, people feel make you feel like you know they got no kind of say so. Cause look at Xbox's side, right? There's or Bethesda with Doom. It was a Doom or it was some kind of game on the Bethesda side. And they were like, look, we want our games to be on PlayStation. We don't want it to be just tied down to Xbox. And they was fighting with that with Phil Spencer and I guess Sachi. I don't know, but like apparently Bethesda won that argument because he putting the games over there over PlayStation. Said yeah, they got pulled. They got pulled. Don't get it twisted. Now it still doesn't excuse how you got what's the guy's name? Hiroki Katoki putting games date and date on, well, not date. Well, he's porting games quicker to PC. Day one, not day one, but a year later, right? Now, this is my thing. I said in a video before. I feel as though Sony knows that those games will be on PC. If we know about it, of course they know about it. They gotta know about it, and I think that they knew about it since before. Uh, right after Jim Ryan left and they put in Hiroki Toki, when he first announced that he would start putting games more aggressively on PC, he already knew right then and there that Xbox had a plan to make that hybrid. He knew already. He knew us, so he knew how the thing was going to work. So what he did was they made a deal with each other. Xbox told Hiroki Toki, look, we'll start giving you our games, on your console. If you don't want to put your games on through our store yet, we'll go ahead and let you do um you can have our games through PC. And they shook hands on that. You know what I'm saying? So Helldivers 2 is not first party. That's third or whatever. Second party. It's second party, whatever, right? So look at Stellar Blade. That's not our game either. That's gonna probably end up going over to the Xbox. Look at how they did Helldivers 2. And that dude is right, that African dude, bro. Like, what makes Sony's first party games safe now? It really doesn't make it safe because okay, Stellar Blade is not a first party game either. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep that in mind though. These are not first party games. They're like second party games, right? And they're not made by our studios, so they're not first party. But it's still hard to tell with Hiroki because this dude just seemed like he's like another Satya. He's just all about money. I don't like this dude for nothing in the world. I don't see a lot of people calling him out like that. They always want to bring up Jen Ryan and Herman Hose and Jen Ryan and Herman Hose, even though Jen Ryan was just a mouthpiece for these people to talk through. That's all he ever was. But yet they want to keep blaming Jen Ryan this and Jen Ryan that. But anyway, guys, um, I hope that we don't go through the same thing that the Xbox players are going through as far as them losing exclusives and games are going that's all over the place. If that happens, then I'll get a Nintendo or something and just play on PC. and just not even buy a PS6. If they put games day and date on Xbox and on PC, I don't need a PS5. I don't need a PS6. I just stay on my PS5, play on my PS3, play on my older systems, and just not worry about buying a PS6. If that's the case, man, because like if they want to just be an app as well, just want to be an app and just be like the next Sega Genesis, and so be it. I ain't gonna shed a tear because I'm not, you know, tied to these systems like that. Don't get me wrong, like I like the systems a lot, but at the same time, I don't sit here and kiss these companies' butts. I'm not a yes man. I'm not doing that, bro. You know what I mean? So like, if they want to just get rid of all these exclusives, then so be it. But just watch your console sales dwindle. Watch yourself become an app. You'll be the next Sega Genesis, and you'll just be seeing Nintendo on top of everything, holding the crown. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But look though, real talk. Um, but yeah, don't feed into that stuff though. Like far as Helldivers coming to, Xbox is such a big deal because like it's not even a first party game. If it was something like God of War or like Horizon Forbidden West or anything like that. Oh, before I go, another thing I want to say, isn't it kind of weird how Hiroki Toki he doesn't want to port over uh, Gran Turismo to PC. He doesn't want to port over the game Bloodborne to PC, but he does not mind porting over Spider-Man. He does not mind porting over God of War to PC, right? Another thing I want to say is this too. If they were so, everybody's saying like, okay, they porting over games to PC because of China, right? Right? Oh, because China people don't want to buy PlayStation, so that's why they porting games to PC. Really? So if it's all about China having PC, then wouldn't Sony just make it just regional only to China instead of the rest of the world for having PC ports? Since they're so focused on getting these Chinese people to get to play these games, then why don't they just focus on China and make it just regional locked in China only for them to have the access PC games and leave the rest of the world to have the access just to buy the console? That's a cop out, bro. I don't believe that. They just want to expand the other platform, which is PC. And this is another thing too, right? But people's like, well, PC is not a problem. They don't see PC as a competition or a threat. Sony gotta be stupid then, because like it's PC, it's gonna swallow them whole. Because if you got enough players that's sick and tired of seeing you porting over your games to PC and all now they feel they porting over games to Xbox, even though it's not first party, and they get that mad over a game that's not even first party. Imagine when they start seeing a first party game pop up on Xbox through their store, through your store, their store, natively, not through a PC port, not through Steam. You're gonna lose a lot of customers. They're gonna lose a lot of customers, and you're gonna see your numbers just dwindle because you guys are not Xbox. They are not Xbox. They can't afford to do that, bro. Y'all will be a sinking ship. You got people right now talking about this is their last PS5 over a non first party game, and they feel as though now first party games are in jeopardy because you're doing this. Well, it is what it is. I can care less. That could be my last PS5 too. If they're going to end up putting games day and date on consoles and all that stuff and PCs, other consoles, what's the point of having a PS5? I can play it on my Xbox. I mean, I can play it on my PC. I mean, I got a little laptop. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no beast or nothing like that, but hey, I run some games up there. If not, I play on my PS3. I can keep that. You know what I've been doing lately? I've been going to buy old retro games from my PlayStation 3. Bought Splatterhouse. Bam. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Bam. Castlevania 2. Bam. Heavenly Sword. Bam. You know what I've been doing? I've been buying games that these developers today would not bring back because it won't sell well and it's not enough money into the making that a live service game. Man, forget all that. I'm having fun playing these old games again. I am, and that's just the people that do the same thing. If it's this game you want that you never played in years, and you can't, you never see the no developers making that game, and also like, see with me, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, I had it when I was younger, but like I lost the game, whatever, or they got messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because of this, and I never played part 2, so I ended up buying those games because I was waiting for it to come to the console. Like, the current gen consoles never showed up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy these. So I went ahead, bought those games. Splatterhouse, never played a day of my life, and I wanted that game so bad, so bad. And I went ahead and bought it. I went ahead and bought it. They don't sell it in stores no more. These games I just mentioned, they do not sell in the store. The Heavenly Sword, they do. But that's through subscription. I'm not going to sit here and rent a subscription just to play a game. One game that I love the most out of all the games that you had was the Heavenly Sword. That you guys don't want to ever make again, but y'all made a movie about the game. They made a movie of that game years ago. Great movie, by the way. I loved it. But after that, they just, left it alone. I don't know if they thought she was too pretty to bring back, because today's society will see her as an object because of the way she's dressed. Yeah, that's probably a reason. That's why they made Ella look the way she looked. I don't know, but like it is what it is with that. But yeah, this man, just don't trust these companies because I don't trust Hiroki Katoki. As far as I could throw him, that dude look like he's ready to like flip PlayStation 2 like another Xbox. I'm telling y'all, bro. 1 year later for games now for PC. And you notice that they're not giving them games like Forspoken. Well, you know what I'm saying? Give games like they give them our best games, bruh. Keep that in mind. They're not giving them, um, games like Forspoken and nothing like that, or Dragon something. I forgot the name of that game. But anyway, though, like what I'm saying is like they're not giving away game. Oh, like Stray. Give them Stray. They can play Stray. Kena. We'll let them play Kena, but nah. They go to your biggest titles and they're selling them within that. Oh nah, bruh. And now look at what you have right now. This is why I had a problem with games going to PC, because look at what they're right now. Now you got your game that's gonna be on Xbox through their PC Steam. Dummies. But you know what? They're not dumb because they knew it all along. That's why they did it. Why did they want to port it out faster? That way it'll please Phil Spencer. You see what I'm saying? That's their little handshake exchange. Like I said before, give me your PC ports from PlayStation. I mean, for to PC ports going to PC and also Xbox. See, I always had a feeling that's going to happen like that because Xbox is PC basically. So that's their exchange. And while they do that from PC ports, then Sony will, or the Xbox will give them their games to their store. That's what they've been doing lately, right? Yeah, these are some weird times, guys. Weird times. But another thing too, as far as like the layoffs and everything, I've been seeing people talking about like, you know, okay, as far as the layoffs going, like it's a lot, massive amounts of people laying off, and I'm sorry that people lost their jobs, right? But at the same time, it's like this: why is people keep on bringing up Sony? "Oh, I don't see this problem with Sony. When Sony go through this stuff, oh, Sony had this problem, but yeah, but everybody quiet for Sony. Everybody quiet for Sony when they lost, when Bungie did this and messed up that. And nigga, it's not about Bungie right now. It's not about Sony. It's about what's going on with Microsoft. But everybody will keep bringing up Sony every time Microsoft have a problem. But Sony this, but Sony no, nigga. That's the past. That was last year or a couple. This is now. Marathon, okay, yeah, whatever. But the marathon got 9,000 people. Dude, is Bugsy made up of 9,000 people? I'm just saying. Marathon's still on track to come out. It's just, being postponed. But the thing is, like, why does every time something bad happen with Xbox, Sony always gonna be brung up? Oh, about Sony and it. Oh, what about Sony? Oh, what about Sony? No, focus on your problems at your home, which is Xbox. Talk about your situation. Stop bringing in Sony into everything that Xbox does wrong. That's the weirdest thing, bruh. It is. It's like, why? Why do that? But and I noticed that with some of these guys, when they talk about their problems with their Xbox brand, the Microsoft brand, they play it off like it's nonchalant. Like, people lose jobs every day. People lose jobs every day. Who cares? I lost my job a couple times. Okay. But when it comes to Sony, he want us to doom and gloom with that part, right? Oh, Sony, it looks spooky over there. Sony, massive layoffs, games being in, really. But when it comes to Xbox, oh, it's just fake. It's just fake outrage. It's fake outrage. Oh, it's just fake outrage. And Game Pass is this, and Game Pass is that, and everybody's just, it's like, really? But see, the difference is like when I see PlayStation fans get upset, they show it. Man, they said, look, like I said, this game right here is not even it's not even first party, and they are this mad. At least they show how they feel. They're upset. They're upset. They fight for what they believe in, and I give them props about that. And I see a lot of people standing up against them not putting the games everywhere like Xbox is doing. And it's best to do that. Let people know, hey, look, we the ones that put money in your pocket. If we start putting money in our pocket, what's gonna happen to you guys? And they got every right to say that because they bought that console. If they want exclusives, they want exclusives. That's all there is to it. If they don't want to support the brand, that's on them. That's their prerogative. Just like how it's your prerogative to like say, hey, you know what? You love Xbox and you love Game Pass and you stand up for Game Pass like that. How about standing up for the company that's, just tearing down everything and get rid of all this stuff, and it's just crazy. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but all I'm saying is like this. Sometimes I think people should just like focus on their own problems instead of always bringing in somebody else's problems, like Sony and it goes vice versa. PlayStation, Sony, PlayStation. Like it's always somebody bringing in. Well, this happened with this happened with that. Now I know I did bring in Xbox earlier, right? But I was just giving an example of like how Phil Spencer is being probably, following orders by Satya, the same as Jim Ryan was following orders by his boss, or so whoever it may be. I don't even know, but that's all I did. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, look at this, look at this, and how come y'all ain't doing that? It's just the weirdest thing, bro. But anyway, man, like I've been said this about what's that dude's name? Haruki. That dude cannot be trusted, and y'all about to be careful. We all about to be careful what you say to people because the way he's moving right now, I don't know, man. Oh, another thing too, before I get off this thing, I heard that the other day that Mars City is telling us something. Mars City said something about like the PS6 is not coming out no time soon. Lie, lie. That's a lie. You know why it's a lie? 'Cause that PS6 been worked on since that PS5 Pro drop. I'm telling you guys, bro, that's a lie. They use it. Look, when that dude sit there and say, "Yeah, we are focused on PS6," they been working on that PS6. Been on it, bro. You see what I'm saying? So look, they using Sony as a mouthpiece, but like, you know what, bro? We got to keep these PS5s selling, so we don't want these people to stop buying PS5s right now and to save up for that PS6. Nah, 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 nah. Keep on trying to. So he did what he said in lie. Said, "Yeah, it's gonna be um years down the road." That's a lie, bro. I'm telling you, that PS6 coming out 2027. I bet you, it's gonna be the PS6 handheld, probably like 2026, and the PS6 console 2027. I would just call it. I could be wrong. I ain't gonna say I'm right, but could be wrong. But I suppose that nigga lying, bro. I think he lying. He only want to say that because they don't want to stop selling PS5s because they having a hard time getting those PS5s out now. Yeah, they are. They said they're selling, but not as fast as they wanted it to sell. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say they're not selling, but I'm saying it's not selling as fast as they wanted it to be. But yeah, I think that PS6 will be out 2027. Ain't no way you think Sony gonna sit here and allow Xbox put out some kind of console before them. I mean, like, put a console out and just let them make all that money and they missing it. Nah, Sony's money hungry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, they are. But see, they want people to buy more of those PS5 Pro because it costs more money than the PS5, base PS5. So, of course, you're going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, that's going to years down the road. Keep on believing it's going to be years down the road. Keep believing that. That PS6 probably already ready to go, as far as we know of. You see what I'm saying? So, look, keep on thinking that. Them niggas work fast, bro. And Mark Cerny work fast. Trust me on that, bro. They been cooking on that PS6. Trust me on that. Remember how they said they had the PS5 model already made up with the PS5 Pro model? They had them already made up together. Remember that? The PS5 Pro was supposed to be our PS5. The base PS5 was supposed to be a PS5 Pro. And they made it together. And you really think the PS6 is way down the road, right? Really? Think. Nah, nigga. It's already made. It's not completely done, but I'm telling you, it's pretty much made up already. The whole console, it's made, bro. That's all I gotta say. Watch and see. Like I said, it's gonna be 2027. That's my predictions. I hope so. I could be wrong, but I just feel as though it will be. Cause you saw how they talked about how they had the PS5, but the PS5 Pro already like pretty much made together. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all I gotta say. Watch out for Rookie Toki. Watch and say to people because we don't know what this dude's gonna do with these games. Could be, I don't trust him. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Be like, share, subscribe, and be sure to hit the like button. Um, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not no news channel like that. I'm just sometimes like from time to time, I speak from how I'll get stuff off my chest. And I speak from the heart about things. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But hope you guys take what I say and like run and just think about what I say and let it marinate and let me know how you guys feel in the comment section. Do you feel as though that this is pretty much a first party game when it comes to Helldivers 2, or do you feel as though it's a second party game? And do you feel as though Hiroki Toki can or cannot be trusted? And also, do you feel as though Jim Ryan was only following orders when he wasn't, in in the company, or do you feel as though everything was just Jim Ryan's fault? Let me know in the comment section how you guys feel. Also, do you want Hiroki Toki to be fired and replaced back with something name? My boy Jack Trenton, bring him back. Hashtag fire Hiroki Toki. Hashtag bring back Jack Trenton. That was my boy, nigga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Or Sean Layton. One of those two, bro. Bring him back. Bring them 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 back, bring them back, bring them back. It's a rookie size. All right, guys, I'm out. Gone.